Beethoven. A name that thundered through history. A man who changed music forever. A genius who wrote masterpieces even after losing the one thing a composer needs most, his hearing. Today, we dive deep into the extraordinary life of Ludwig van Beethoven, a story of struggle, passion, rebellion, and triumph over fate. Ludwig van Beethoven was born on December 16, 1770, in Bonn, Germany. His family wasn't wealthy, but music lived in their home. His father, Johann, was a strict and often abusive man who dreamed of turning young Ludwig into a child prodigy like Mozart. Beethoven's childhood was filled with long hours of practice, often late into the night. Though difficult, these years shaped his determination and his unique voice in music. By the age of 12, Beethoven was already working as an assistant court organist. At 17, he traveled to Vienna hoping to meet Mozart. According to legend, Mozart heard Beethoven improvise and whispered, "Watch this boy. He will be famous someday."
In 1792, Beethoven moved permanently to Vienna, the capital of classical music. There he studied with Joseph Haydn, the father of the symphony, though their relationship was rocky. Beethoven quickly gained fame as a brilliant pianist. His performances were fiery, powerful, and unpredictable. People had never seen anyone play like him before. He became the rising star of Vienna. But behind the success, tragedy was growing. In his late 20s, Beethoven began hearing a ringing in his ears. The sounds around him became harder to distinguish. By his early 30s, he faced the unthinkable. He was going deaf. For a musician, this was more than a physical illness. It was a nightmare. In 1802, he wrote the heartbreaking Heiligenstadt Testament, a letter describing his despair. He even thought about ending his life. But then he wrote one of the most powerful lines in his life. "It seemed impossible to leave the world before I had produced all that I felt was within me." And from that moment, Beethoven decided to fight.
By his mid-40s, Beethoven was almost completely deaf. Conversations became difficult. He carried notebooks so friends could write instead of speak to him. But his inner world of music only grew stronger. He composed the Missa Solemnis, the Great Hammerklavier Sonata, and some of the most profound string quartets ever written. Cut off from the world, Beethoven was writing music that looked into the future. Many composers later said Beethoven's late works were not written for his time. They were written for the future. Beethoven died on March 26, 1827, at the age of 56. Over 20,000 people attended his funeral, an astonishing number for that time. His legacy is immense. He transformed classical music into a world of emotion and power. He opened the door to romantic music. He proved that human spirit can triumph over the greatest struggles. Beethoven once said, "Music is a higher revelation than all wisdom and philosophy." Today, his music continues to inspire millions, reminding us that even in darkness, the human soul can create light.